Hi everybody and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew. On the bench today is a 1:64 scale Hot Wheels 55 Chevy Bel Air. I got this one from a student of mine in Basel. Every now and then he comes to class with a bag of die-cast cars that he's found at a local thrift shop or flea market, and he brings them to me. He and his 7-year-old son Erik watch my videos together, and Erik has requested that I customize one of the cars they found for me. I've chosen this one because it also fits with this month's Diecast Misfits invitational on the theme of Gaslands Gassers. So this is my entry, and Erik, it's going to be hand-delivered to you. Thanks for finding me this one to work on. Everybody be sure to check out the Diecast Misfits on YouTube. There's a link in the description, and there should be lots of Gaslands Gassers popping up this weekend. Because it's a Gaslands project, not all of these original parts are going to get reused. I'll do some modifications, and there will be some 3D printing and lots of weathering involved in this. But I still inventory everything and keep them all together and bag them and tag them for probable use in another upcoming project sometime. Now I've just got to contemplate how to turn this regular Bel Air into a gasser to fit the monthly theme for the Diecast Misfits. Porsches are still coming in for my third YouTube anniversary invitational. Thanks, Vic, from Diecast Drager, for doing this awesome looking one. Coming up on my channel is a buddy build with Santa Slow Dog. We're doing a Red Lines Red Baron restoration. The April theme for the Four Horsemen is Pit Crew Vehicle. The SVT is not the racer. It's a utility truck or track cleanup, so have fun with your favorite race team sponsors and colors. There's a Dodge Dart coming, and this fantasy creation is going to be a Huey helicopter on a semi-tractor trailer body. Lots of good things coming up, so I sure would appreciate a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and get all subbed up here at Maple Leaf Customs. My approach on this Gaslands project is not to strip it right down and repaint it, but just to take some sandpaper and distress the paint job. There's going to be black washes and rust washes applied to this to dull down this purple even more, but I intend for some of it to show through as well as some of the nice tampo work that's already on there. A couple of different burr tool attachments on my Dremel come in handy for creating body damage. And wherever it's gone down to bare metal is most affected by this iron 3 chloride chemical dip. I've rinsed it off very well before I handle it with my bare fingers, and you can see wherever the acid has contacted the bare metal has eaten right into the body, leaving you with a very realistic rust effect. This week's community shout-out goes to Black Eagle Diecast, a fellow Canadian who participates in many of the Four Horsemen build-offs and does some great work, so follow the link in the description and let's pump those subscription numbers up and help out a fellow customizer. Thank you. The gasser concept with the raised front end was born out of drag strip racing, and what I've got to do here first is file flat those little axle bumps that are part of the original chassis. Here are a couple of miniature leaf springs that I 3D printed, and once I place them on here, I'll be able to gauge the proper ride height that I want. But before gluing them down permanently, I strip the chrome off the rest of the chassis, leaving it in some oven cleaner for 10 minutes or so. The first of what's going to be several 3D printed parts is this big double exhaust system. Here you can see that I decided to put the axle well below what it used to be, and in the rear it's at exactly the same height. The effect will be a lifted front end. I most often use a common household straight pin for my axles. They suit the job perfectly, and there's all kinds of them around. I'm careful to do several dry fits using the original Hot Wheels, and you can see I've got the right kind of lift on the front that I'm after. So now it's a gasser, as per the requirements for this build-up. A little bit of off-color paint, orange in this case, will give the trunk the appearance of being a replacement panel. And I'll do that with one of the front quarter panels as well. More 3D printed parts include a double machine gun coming out the back, and there's going to be some other pieces as well. They get a gunmetal paint treatment. And a black wash over everything. Gives it that well-worn, aged appearance that I'm after. Whenever I do a 3D print job, I fill up the plate with as many pieces as possible. Here are some off-road vehicle tires that I've made. Instead of going smaller in the front, which I tried, I decided on the same size front and back, just with the raised front end, but still looking like a rugged Wastelands vehicle. There's the gun, some front windshield armor, and here's a hatch that I'm going to put on the roof that could pop open and give you access in or out of the vehicle. I've had trials and errors with my Molotow pens, and I've decided I like to use the refill container and just put a couple of drops into a bottle cap and an applicator, and that way I don't get any of those lava flow explosions. I'm much more in control of the amount that gets laid down. So the front and the back bumpers and some of the undercarriage exhaust pieces get done. You can see the immediate effect of the rust wash on the bare metal that's been chemical dipped. And one interesting effect is drilling out a headlight so it's missing. I take care to file out the rough edges. And the other side gets a dollar store rhinestone to look like the real deal. It's coming together. I had to make a groove out of the back bench seat so that my dual machine guns coming out of the window would fit in there without any obstruction. And as is my practice, off comes the little pizza pan steering wheel, and it gets a nice 3D printed replacement that looks much more the part. After priming and painting, I gave the whole interior a black wash as well, just to look dirty and grungy. The local gang did some graffiti tags on here. It's actually 224 is my build number. And it's rough times in this era, so there's a sad face on the side. Thanks, gang bangers. This is the overall effect that I was after, and I achieved it just the way I wanted to. When they all go together, it's going to be a nice looking theme piece. There it is, well aged and beat up. And you can use your imagination. It's not necessarily an assault vehicle. This might just be a soccer mom grocery pickup vehicle in those days. Who knows? Well, it was great fun putting them together. The wheels are rolling great, as I always insist they do. Look at it go. Let's have a closer look. I used an old tomato can for some add-on strips of armor here and there to look like patches. A couple of metal bars over the well-eaten up frame of the Bel Air. Rust has got at it and chewed away some of that metal. A little bit of the original purple paint jobs peeking through. You still see off-color replacement panels. And it's a huge difference from the original. Here's what I did to it, Erik. You requested a beaten-up, old-looking Gaslands vehicle, and that's what I'm delivering to you. I think it came out just great, and I hope you like it too, my little friend. In tandem with the Diecast Misfits build, I did another one, mostly offline from discarded parts left behind from my failed Chevy Gassers customs project a couple months ago. Once a show car, now a Wasteland's Renegade Rover. It's a special custom for my online buddy Aiden Ringo. Aiden lives with cerebral palsy, and he's been inspired to take up this hobby by watching my channel. So we did this as a buddy build, Aiden's first custom, and we're exchanging cars. So Aiden, this one's going in the mail to Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm anxiously awaiting the arrival of yours. I already know what it looks like because we sent each other some sneak peek pics. And here they are both together now, so it's a twofer today. One for the Misfits and one for Aiden. And I had a great time building these, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my channel today. I invite you to leave a respectful comment below with your feedback, and remember to tell me where you're watching from, because I'm keen to know. Again, be sure to check out the other Diecast Misfits builds, and when I get Aiden's custom in the mail, I'll do an unboxing and show you his handiwork as well. Thanks for visiting my channel again today. I really do appreciate your support of my hobby work. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.